Today we are going to learn about similes. Similes are a type of figurative language. Whenever you describe something by comparing it with something else, you are using figurative language. Figurative language is used to add detail to a story. It helps the reader create a clearer picture in his mind's eye. When you use similes, there are two rules you have to follow. First rule is that you have to compare two things. When you compare the two things with similes, you are saying they are alike. Second rule is a simile must use the word like or as between the two things you are comparing. If I say, he is busy as a bee, I put the word as between busy and bee because those are the two things I am comparing. If I say, he smells like bad cheese, I put the word between smells and bad cheese because those are the two things I am comparing. Remember, to be a simile, must compare two things, and you must use like or as to compare the two things. Let's practice this. The door creaks like a cricket. This sentence is a simile because it compares two things and it uses to compare them. Look at this sentence. Her face is red as a tomato. Why is this statement a simile? Yes, because it uses to compare two things, her red face to a tomato. The boy was quiet as a mouse. It uses as to compare a quiet boy to a mouse. Let's try this next one. The hose moved like a snake. This statement uses like to compare how a hose moves to how a snake moves. His head was heavy as a car. Take some time to think. How is this statement a simile? Right. It uses as to compare the boy's head to a car. Tell me if this is a simile. The balloon was made of lead. Oh, this statement is not a simile. Remember the two rules. The sentence must compare two things with like or as. This sentence does not use like or as, so it is not a simile. Let's try one more. His hair was a rat's nest. Any ideas? No. This statement is not a simile either because it does not use like or as to compare. If we change the sentence to say, his hair was like a rat's nest, then we have a simile because it follows the two rules. I think you're really getting the hang of this. Now I'm going to challenge you. Read this statement and find all the similes. There are 3 similes hidden in this passage. Go ahead, read it now. Did you find them? This is the first simile. Did you find that? Good! You can tell it's a simile because it uses as to compare the smooth bark to silk. Did you find the second one? If you didn't, here it is. And the last simile was here. The ocean is compared to a mirror using as. You have done such a great job. Just remember the two rules. First, a simile has to compare two things as if they are alike. And the second, a simile must use like or as between the two things you are comparing. Nice work, everyone.